I've got something to share with you guys today. This is one of the most insane things I have read in a very long time. Somebody wrote an open letter to Taylor Swift because they don't approve of her dating choices. And what you're about to read is not a joke. This is not a prank. This is not a parody. These people are bonkers, and they should be studied in the future in the context of parasocial relationships with celebrities and authoritarianism. Let's go through this. I want to put it on screen so that everyone can see what we're reading here.
The Swifties have put out an open letter to Taylor Swift from the fans. Hashtag Speak Up Now, which is a reference to her album Speak Now, which she's just re-released.
Let's just read the whole thing. So put it on. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I saw this reposted, so I don't know who originally put it up. Dear Taylor, as concerned fans, we are writing to express our disappointment regarding recent events. You've been recently seen. This is like when your girlfriend says, like, we need to talk, but you don't know what it's about.
Fun fact, nobody who's ever gotten a we need to talk text has ever been in a good mood afterwards. It's not a thing. You've been
recently seen with and have welcomed to your stage Matty Healy, the frontman of the 1975. He has been involved in acts and controversies that deeply trouble us, from engaging in racist remarks, making offensive jokes, and admitting to watching degrading pornography in which people of color are humiliated and assaulted. His actions contribute to the perpetuation of hate, stereotypes, and objectification, which targets and hurts some people from the Jewish, Black, Chinese, Hawaiian, Inuit, is that how it's said?
Inuit, yeah.
LGBTQ plus communities, as well as women. While individuals have the right to make their own choices and form relationships, we believe it's essential for those in the public eye to take a stand against discrimination and hold themselves and their associates accountable. Oof. Your voice holds tremendous power, and right now your silence is palpable. This silence sends a message of indifference, particularly to the fans who have supported you. Racism, anti-Semitism, and any form of discrimination have no place in our society. As fans, we believe in the power to inspire positive change, promote inclusivity, and educate others. Staying silent about actions that perpetuate hatred and contribute to systemic oppression undermines the progress that we have made towards equality and understanding. We urge you to reflect on the impact of your own and your associates' behavior and engage in genuine self-reflection. You cannot ask Taylor Swift for genuine self-reflection. That's never going to happen.
Easy. Keep going.
True change requires more than a simple apology. It necessitates a commitment to education, unlearning harmful beliefs, and actively dismantling systems of oppression that perpetuate racism and discrimination. Open dialogue with the communities affected by these actions is crucial. Listen to their experiences, learn from their perspectives, and amplify their voices. Seek guidance. What does any of this mean? Seek guidance from organizations and individuals who have dedicated their lives to combating racism, anti-Semitism, and other forms of bigotry. We believe in the capacity for growth and transformation. By acknowledging this letter, demonstrating genuine remorse, and committing to personal growth and education, you have the opportunity to make amends and contribute positively to society. Use your platforms responsibly and intentionally. Advocate for inclusivity, celebrate diversity, and promote empathy and understanding. None of this means anything. Challenge harmful ideologies and inspire your followers to join you in creating a more just and equitable world. Change takes time, but we hope to see you actively engage in this process of personal and social transformation. Let this be the turning point where you become a force for positive change and a catalyst for healing. Sincerely, your fans.
This is a struggle session.
This is one of the most psychotic, disturbing. I'm not being hyperbolic. Nope. This is one of the most disturbing things I've ever read in my entire life. That was about 87,000 buzzwords that add up to do what we say or else.
Yep.
Do what we say or else.
One of the reactions says, sorry to hear that musician you have a parasocial relationship with might be dating someone you're not such a big fan of.
The sad thing is those people, they don't understand how insidious stuff like this is.
This is absolutely awful. This is absolutely a struggle session. The whole point is to make Taylor Swift leave her boyfriend because she's with someone that they think is verboten. It is like a religion, and it is absolutely insidious. You use the perfect word, Brett. It is insidious, and it will destroy your relationships if you allow this type of behavior to influence your life.
The person said like it's a religion. All of this, they used every buzzword from just about every area of the ideological left, all adding up to do what we say or we will continue doing this. I partly put this on her. First of all, it is hilarious that this comes out of Taylor Swift, a person who's literally known for being bad at picking people to date. So that's kind of funny in a way.
You know that the relationship is going to be over soon anyway. Why do you even care enough to say anything?
And the level of sanctimony in something like this.
When we talk about J.K. Rowling, and sometimes we say, the amount of heat that J.K. Rowling has taken for her takes on gender, you can only blame her because she's courted this audience of woke people. Similarly, Taylor Swift has done the same thing. She put out a whole documentary called Miss Americana, referring to herself, basically becoming politically outspoken when it best suited her, when it was convenient for her, when it allowed her to court a wider audience. And now when they turn on you...
And they will, because they always do.
Then what happens then? Do you expect us to defend you? Because I don't care.
And they court, like you said, with J.K. Rowling, they court their audience themselves without knowing the size of the monster.
I think, ironically, Matty Healy has a lot more integrity and artistic merit than Taylor Swift. He has done a lot of crazy things in the name of art, in the name of performance art on stage, and a lot of it is controversial. He's done Nazi salutes. He has jumped his photographers and started humping them on stage. He has taken his clothes off, eaten raw meat on stage, done push-ups in front of Ben Shapiro videos.
She'd have to do the push-ups really, really fast to match Ben Shapiro's speaking tone.
He's doing performance art that criticizes the expectations that are put on a liberal man.
Actual art.
Yeah.
Whereas what Taylor Swift does is prepackaged pop garbage.
And he said over and over that it's not his mission to prove to anyone that he's not racist, that he's not sexist, that he's not this or that, whatever accusation. Because it's not his first rodeo. He's used to hearing criticisms like this. It's nothing new. But Taylor Swift, she is such a narcissist and so incapable of self-reflection. I don't think that she is capable of making decisions on her own anymore. Everything is a marketing decision, so this does have the ability to ruin her relationship.
Your voice holds tremendous power, and right now, your silence is palpable. Let me rephrase that. Silence is violence, so say what we want. Meaning, apologize.
Well, wasn't Taylor Swift kind of lambasted for years and years when she was silent specifically about feminism?
Yep.
Before, I would say current year, before 2015, she would never talk about politics. She would refuse to talk about her takes on anything, feminism or the like, even when she was baited actively to do so.
I think you can
which
blame
I thought meant
TDS for that.
You can blame TDS, and you can also blame the fear about abortion. The way that abortion is treated and the discourses surrounding abortion leading up to Roe versus Wade and stuff, or the repeal of Roe versus Wade, it was as if they repeal Roe versus Wade, every woman would instantly be pregnant and they would be locked up until they...
Tale. Yeah. The Handmaid's Tale was always just for affluent white liberal females who use this TV series as their outlet for their depraved sexual fantasies of being oppressed and sexually controlled by men.
Yeah, I personally am a massive fan of Taylor Swift. I think that she's a brilliant writer. I think that her ability as a lyricist is second to none. I think that what the song is about by the end of the first stanza, and she's already got you involved in the
I think she's got a harder work ethic than almost every other artist these days.
Maybe, but I think as a songwriter she's great, and I know that she does write stuff she's in the room when her songs are written. It's not like She doesn't have a songwriting farm that just pumps out songs that she selects. Like, she actually writes with other writers in the room. So she's doing this, does the exact same thing that I do, which is I get into a room with producers and writers, and that's how we write songs. So I have a ton of respect for her when it comes to the music and stuff. Her politics are pretty standard shit lib, which is a bad liberal. They have what are popular ideas as opposed to what are principled liberal ideas. So,
wedge issues.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing is, like, that you can be pro-life and have liberal ideas and be pro-life because you're thinking about the life of the individual that is being born.
That's the libertarian argument for it.
Exactly, right? and that's a liberal idea. And you can be pro-life and stuff and be liberal, but there's too many people out there that have mistaken authoritarian ideas for liberal ideas.
I don't even want to talk about Taylor Swift. I want to talk about the entitlement of the fans. This is one of these things where it's like the desire to control other people is palpable in society. But now what they've realized is that the ability to do that is further enhanced when you cloak your authoritarian nature in virtuous causes, meaning that the person what they perceive as virtuous causes. So you drop a bunch of buzzwords, you use inclusivity, you use discrimination, you mention anti-Semitism. Now that gives me free reign to tell you better do this or else, because they know that the threat is scarier than the actual action.
Yeah.
They can't actually make you do anything physically.
For some reason, I've been getting a lot of tweets from the Swifties, the Stan accounts, on my Twitter For You page. And the sound of all of their discourse is that they do think that they're friends of Taylor's. They think that they are her friends and associates and equals, that they can speak to her like they know each other. Yeah, which is intentional on her part, which invites this behavior. So I don't feel sympathy for her in that regard. And they have been actually crying and seething and coping about Matty Healy being her friend or being her boyfriend this entire time since the news came out. Because I think they want to live vicariously through her. So they don't want her to date anyone they wouldn't date or approve of. And they also, I mean, think about how hesitant people are to even speak when their friend is dating someone they don't like. So this is somebody that you've never even met, and you're telling them what you think of who they're dating.
It's a weird form of delusional groupthink.
Taylor Swift's friend would never talk to her like this.
But this is kind of promulgated through a culture of digital communication now, where you feel like you have more of a right to speak to someone a certain way because it's being done digitally. The awkwardness of having this conversation in person would be different.
So now that we've seen the responses, do you still think that Taylor Swift and Matty Healy are a PR couple?
I never thought they were a PR couple. Because this is bad.
You did. You were saying like everything Taylor Swift does is for PR. None of this is real.
But I also pointed out, I said, but that doesn't make any sense here because there's no way out. There's no good way out for this relationship with her.
She doesn't benefit. He benefits.
He benefits. Like, that's the saying. Like, I don't believe that she's capable of having a relationship that doesn't involve at least considering the PR in any way, shape, or form. I don't think that's a thing for her at this point.
That's different from planning the entire thing. If that's how it came off before, then I spoke incorrectly, or I didn't describe what I meant. What I meant was that I don't know if it's possible for her to have a relationship where it's like, oh, I fell in love and that's what it was. I think that when you're her level of fame, when your career has been largely focused around songs that people know involve your dating life, you have put commerce into your relationships, whether you like it or not. The slander that has been just like doled out to every guy Taylor Swift has dated. I see it all the time, even to this day. Guys who dated her not decades ago, like over a decade ago. Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's from her fans,
Joe
though,
Jonas
right?
and John Mayer.
Yes. Yeah, and that's
all of these men. I think Taylor Lautner.
Crazy her fans are. That's not.
Yes,
really
Taylor Lautner is the only guy who has made it out alive in his reputation.
It's also going to be interesting because it'll be like, okay, so let's take this to its logical conclusion. Do I think that her and Matty Healy are going to get married? No. But it will be interesting to see what they take. They're going to have opinions about what her reflections on the relationship will be. If she writes songs about him and they're not about how she didn't understand that he was a racist, sexist, bigoted, homophobe, they're going to be like, well, why aren't you addressing these concerns? Why is it just that he broke your heart? Why isn't that he broke our heart by dating you when he's a racist, sexist, bigoted, homophobe? They're going to have exceptions.
How could he do this to us?
Yeah, there's going to be expectations about what she addresses when they break up.
In a way, Taylor Swift doesn't need to have biological children because she already has her fan base.
Yes. And in the chat, Mark Daga says, John Mayer pees sitting down.
They're already like attached to her by some weird parasocial umbilical cord.
Why would you say John Mayer pees sitting down?
Oh,
Every guy that Taylor Swift has ever dated, he's sitting down.
I mean, I'm a John Mayer fan too. He's an amazing guitar player and a great songwriter. There's a lot of people that like. There's a lot of pop musicians that people are gonna knee-jerk criticize because they're pop musicians. That I'm gonna be like, yo,
I remember like one John Mayer song.
Yeah, oh God, he's great.
Are there other ones?
Oh my God, he's
a very accomplished artist.
He's a brilliant musician. He's a overall musician, not just guitar player. He's a brilliant musician. He's a great songwriter. He's a great singer. I mean,
because a lot of great pop artists come from more complex backgrounds, and then they find a way to sell a certain aspect of that product.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of times you get to be especially a big pop star, you can't be terrible.
Yeah, Justin Bieber plays multiple instruments, right? I believe. Yeah.
He started as a drummer.
He was a Disney kid.
Yeah,
he was doing that stuff when he was a child.
Justin was a Disney kid.
Justin Bieber. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think he was at Disney.
Well, he was doing that stuff when he was a kid, then. So maybe he wasn't Disney, but it was.
No, because Scooter Braun or whatever found him on YouTube, or so. He was like one of those great success stories. Like he was found on YouTube.
I think he was like
that.
Kind of the first YouTube.
Yeah.
Pop star, like that was hugely highlighted in his documentary.
Someone said is John Gay. John Mayer.
John Gayer.
Someone said
as
is
like
John
a super big
yes,
like ladies man.
He has just smashed everything in Hollywood. the guy's pelvis is a jackhammer, and like women are the sidewalk.
Why are like the most effeminate men usually the most like man whorish?
Does he come off as effeminate to you?
I mean, most artistic guys are.
Do I come off as effeminate to you?
I mean, you specifically no.
Okay.
But most men in art, creative guys, musicians,
I think it's probably. I think my context and the people that I'm around in the metal community don't come off as all that feminine. Maybe some of the younger guys, but that might be why I have a bit of a different perspective than you.
Look, for Taylor Swift, I think this is one of those things where it's just, you should be very wary of this. I put up a poll today. I said, who has scarier fans, BTS or Taylor Swift? Sitting right now, Taylor Swift is in the lead at 51%. You should be aware and weary of the culture of celebrity worship.
You know, the thing is, Matty Healy is so chronically online that he almost definitely is paying attention to this response. And he probably finds it hilarious and wants to keep offending.
And if you're her and you've gotten to the level that she's at, I don't believe for a second that she didn't consider that this would happen. So she at the very least is thinking far enough ahead that she's thinking about how it will affect her business and where she will take it. I don't believe for a second that she didn't think that.
Is she too big to fail and it doesn't matter what she does anymore?
Like I think she can pivot in any direction. Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.